This video is brought to you by Asub12 Productions. Please subscribe to my channel and don't forget to enjoy the videos. Also, please try and comment and rate the videos. Thank you. Hey guys, Asub here and welcome to C++ tutorial number 6. If you haven't watched tutorial number 5, I do suggest you go watch it, because it does clear up some important questions you may have been asking about tutorial number 4. So if you haven't watched it, go watch it now. Anyway, let's jump straight into the code now. As with the JavaScript tutorials, I've written everything out beforehand. I'm just going to do the same with these C++ tutorials. And what it allows me to do is make sure I've got everything I want to cover in the tutorial, so I don't have to write it off the top of my head while I'm recording, and that could generally slow down the tutorial because I'm wasting time thinking of what I want to write. And it also allows me to look up stuff I might need to look up beforehand. Like in the previous tutorial, I remember I was stumped on what the maximum and minimum values of an int were, and I said, oh yeah, it's probably something around, 4 billion or something, and I couldn't actually include that in the video. I had to put it in the description, whereas if I prepare the code beforehand, I have time to look that up. I've got as much time as I need, basically. So I'm just going to be writing out the code first. And anyway, let's go straight to it. So first you want to include IOStream because we're going to be outputting some stuff, and then just the basic int main header with the 2 curly braces, return 0. And here we've just declared and defined 2 variables, num1 and num2, with a value of 500 and 100, and just to demonstrate that I've outputted them, so let's just run this code here. Okay, so as you can see, 500 and 100 accordingly. Now let's go back to the code, and here we start jumping straight into it. What we're going to be doing for this tutorial is just covering mathematical operations with variables, whereas before in I think it was tutorial number 2, we were just using numbers, so on values that weren't stored. We're going to be doing it with values that are stored, i.e. variables. So here I declare a variable called num3 and assign it a value of num1 plus 7. So basically all this is going to do is say assign num3 the value of 500 plus 7, which is 507, and we've outputted it here, and if we just check this, yep, okay, it's 507 as we expected it to be. And here with num4, whereas before we were just assigning assigning num3 the value of a variable plus a number, we're assigning num4 the value of 2 variables together rather than 1 variable plus a number. We're doing a variable plus a variable, and this is just num1 plus num2, so 500 plus 600 500 plus 100 equals 600, and here we can see it is 600 accordingly. And now with num5 we just cover a little incident we had in that mathematical operations tutorial number 2, and that was the order of precedence. And here we would expect this expression to do num1 plus num2, which is 600 overall, and then 600 times num3, which is 507. So 600 times 507, which I can't do off the top of my head, but actually if we check out what the value is, it's nowhere near, 600 plus times 507 is a lot bigger than 51,200, and that's because the order of precedence kicks in, and we actually end up with num2 times num3 being done first, and then the resulting value of this expression added onto num1, which is of course 500. So that gives us a value of 51,200. And just before I get onto the solution to this, just note you don't have to use a plus, you can use a minus, a times, a divide, modulus, tons of operators. Same with this one, and pretty much everyone here except one I'm going to cover later. Anyway, to solve that problem we had, we just use the brackets, or parentheses rather, and that will just run this expression first. So num1 plus num2, which is 600, times 507, and that ends up giving us a value of 403,200. Now, moving on, we declare a variable called num7 and assign it a value of 0. I don't want to give it a value of null though, just because I just want to give it a starting value. I don't want to assign it a value of nothing. So that's why I've given it 0. And now I just say num7 equals num7 plus 10, which basically means I want num7 to have the value of its current value plus 10, which should give us 10, because it was saying 0 plus 10. And we output this here, so let's check what the output is, and it's 10, as we expected. And now, because this is kind of tedious saying num7 equals num7 plus 10, C++ gives us an alternative operator we can use, and that's this plus equals operator. And just so you know, you can use the minus equals, the times equals, divide equals, and I think modulus equals should work as well. We're just going to use plus equals for this tutorial though. And this expression here, num7 plus equals 10, is exactly the same as this expression, num7 equals num7 plus 10. It's just saying take the current variable's value and add 10 to it.